YouTube family, back again with another reaction video. Tales of Toronto, the crazy story of Wassi. This is a request from my boy, Yes Sir, off the gram. Go follow me on that gram. Go follow the bro. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all showing love. Mad people hitting me on the DM, posting shit. I'm rocking with y'all, man. Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Click the links in the description. Merch coming soon, man. Free killer. Let's see what Wassi doing out in Toronto, man. And shout out to Toronto, man. I probably never could come because all these damn felonies. You heard what Gucci said. But if Drake pull some strings, I'm there.
Is Wassi Peters. We also know that he was wanted by police for his alleged involvement in a double homicide.
They promote my nigga one time. And real spiller. Not spiller. Larry and Crowder.
Best friend, you know. Wassi Sr. testified his son was in and out of jail from the age of 13. 21-year-old Wassi Peters.
And they dissed you, idiot. You're up to cousin. What are you dealing with? Huh? Your Baba. The ops. Baba. You were scared. Did you watch me? Did you watch me? That's all news. Baba. Stop thinking of Baba.
Let's get it, y'all. Hit that like button, man. Leave them a question DM, man. Let's get into this. Every night I hear Wassi calling.
Peters, a.k.a. Wassi, is a Toronto rap artist. He was raised by the infamous Northside Jane and Finch neighborhood of Driftwood, a.k.a. The Woods. The Woods has been the scene of many gang-related shootings over the past 2 decades, and Toronto police reported that it has long been a territory claimed by the Crips. Driftwood have ongoing tensions with
the Lopes, Driftwood.
Communities on the south side of Jane and Finch called the Grassways and the Lane, both of which have claimed blood. Although the Woods is home to some of the most talented artists in Toronto, from the legendary Robin Banks
I'm from, then you know my life been hard, but through the bullshit I still find a way to come out and stop.
to the young and lyrical Pressa.
Lost a murder trial, should've planned out. Like Pressa said, I want the Lambo.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was not up on Toronto till probably about, like, you know, everybody know Drake, Tory Lanez. But I wasn't up on to Toronto. I ain't gonna lie, I was not up on them till probably like 2-3 years ago. My boy Wolf, Free Wolf, he rock with their music. You feel me? He know about all of this, but he locked up, so he was putting me on, but I really wasn't listening because I'm like, Toronto, nigga. Like, you feel me? But nah, Toronto nutty. I didn't know it was as nutty as it is. And Pressa, I fuck with Pressa. Pressa can rap. I like Pressa, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I rock with Pressa.
The notable neighborhood has also birthed some of Toronto's biggest demons.
But last summer, something happened to Burns too that made him reevaluate. His half-brother was running on this footbridge when he was shot dead. Andre Burnett was once one of Toronto's most wanted criminals. On the afternoon his enemies finally caught up with him, Burns was close enough to hear the gunshots.
I don't know, man. I felt kind of like stuck in a way still. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it was rage, anger, like, I don't know, sadness, whatever, all mixed into one.
It was also the realization that what happened to his brother could just as easily have happened to him.
Squeeze.
Andre Burnett was a Driftwood OG with a very violent history. At the age of 23, he had racked up a serious criminal record, including firearms charges, as well as 2 attempted murder charges against 2 Toronto police officers. Andre spent 22...
Andre was a stepper. He tried to smoke police?
months in prison for the 2 attempted murders before the case was thrown out due to an inaccurate report made by one of the officers. On September 10th, 2005, just hours after being released, Andre was walking along Driftwood's iconic bridge when he was confronted by a man. Residents at the scene, including his half-brother Andrew, reported hearing loud yelling and a heated argument outside before hearing a...
Nutty.
My best friend Wassi,
Wait, hold on. Nah. I'm sorry, I gotta run that back just because. Did they say he tried to kill police? Then when he was released, they killed him right after he was released? Or was it months, or was it like right after? Because it was right after. I'm thinking the police did it. Yeah, I think I solved this case already. Let's run it back, y'all. Squeezy, I solved it.
Against 2 Toronto police officers. Andre spent 22 months in prison for the 2 attempted murders before the case was thrown out due to an inaccurate report made.
Yeah, I know that's probably the best feeling in the world, nigga, to get a case thrown out. Especially a case of that nature, nigga. Shooting the police, getting thrown out. Oh, man.
By one of the officers. On September 10th, 2005, just hours after being released, Andre was walking along Driftwood's iconic...
Hours after being released, bro. Come on, bro. Or his enemies must have really wanted him.
When he was confronted by a man. Residents at the scene, including his half-brother Andrew, reported hearing loud yelling and a heated argument outside before hearing a...
Smoking.
my best friend Wassi, he seen somebody like basically there's a guy, he got shot on on our neighborhood like plaza, and then the guy ran. It's in the news too. It's the guy ran to like our bridge, and my best friend, he seen the guy die. He's dead on the bridge, you know, and he's just a little kid. Like he was probably just like, I don't know, like 10 or 11, right? So he was just like 2 years older than me at this time. So he walked and he's like, fuck, you know, like that's a lot for a kid to see him, like a guy dead on the floor, you know. And then that guy, he was never, even my teacher said like Quasi would never be the same after that.
Wassi was indeed never the same after finding Andre's body. At the age of 13, just 2 years after the traumatic incident, Wassi was charged and convicted of a gang assault on a 13-year-old girl with 2 other teens. 3 years after that, he was sent to the controversial Roy McMurtry.
What? No, we not about to let that. They ain't say what he did. Y'all niggas better read this shit with me. Hold on. When he was 11, it was called bully Andre Bennett. 2 years later, at 13, he and 3 other teens turns gang raping a 13-year-old girl. Bro, that's nutty. Come on, we don't jack rape on this channel, y'all. Yeah, Wassi a bitch for that. Well, he was 13, and the girl was 13. It probably wasn't rape though, y'all. I mean, yo, I don't want to say it wasn't rape because we don't know. But 13, they probably was running the train on shorty. You feel me? There's some niggas be losing their virginity, but she said it was rape, so that's what it was. But that's really a train, it sounds like. But
2 other teens. 3 years after that, he was sent to the controversial Roy McMurtry Youth Center in Brampton.
We don't know the facts if they tied them down. They ain't tell us all of that. Feel me? So don't try to bash me. I don't know the story, but 13 years old, 14 years old, niggas was running trains on girls. And a train, when y'all that young and there's multiple niggas, that's baby rape. I ain't gonna lie. That is rape when you think about it now.
As part of his punishment, youth researchers Chris Williams, Devin Jones, and Roseanne Bailey were at the facility at the time, and they took the opportunity to interview Wassi. In their report, Wassi was quoted saying, "Sir, if that judge thought I was a monster as he described us at sentencing, the world is going to see a monster when I get out of this hell hole. This place made me a monster. Every day I am literally fighting for my life." He then went on further repeating, "The world is going to see a monster." Since then, Wassi spent the rest of his teenage years in and out of...
Look at that, though. The judge did that to him. Because the judge called him that. Why are you calling a kid a monster, bro? I mean, this fucked up what they did. But you called him a monster. Look what it. You fucking instilled that in his brain. He manifested that shit, huh?
juvenile detention. The authors also took the opportunity to interview Wassi's mother, who told them that her son...
His mom is valid. The Wassi mom.
The arrest and incarceration stemmed from the challenges he encountered in the course of attempting to register in school and his inability to access reflective services. According to Williams, Jones, and Bailey, by the time Wassi was 16, he would be charged in the December 2011 Project Marvel raids, in which police forces across Canada simultaneously executed search warrants targeting the Driftwood Crips. This resulted in more than 60 arrests, some of them including Pressa, YG, Bundog, and more.
Attempted murder, prostitution. We have breaking news this hour on a cross-Canada crackdown on gang crime. Raids are underway in cities from Toronto all the way out to Vancouver. In the middle of the night, a 94-year-old great-grandmother among those arrested in a series of police raids.
Handguns, automatic rifles, and more than $100,000 in cash. Items seized during yesterday's cross-country crackdown. Many of those arrested, some as young as 14, facing charges that include attempted murder. They appeared in court today, one by one, and many have already been released.
If your children have guns, moms, look in their rooms. Check. You might have a killer on the dinner table.
Beast.
Wassi was granted bail on the Project Marvel charges, but he was arrested again a few months after his 18th birthday and charged with a weapons offense. He was released on bail the next year. By the time Wassi entered his 20s, his troubles only intensified.
We're continuing our follow breaking news from the Queen and Dovercourt area. For the very latest, we go live to the scene in CP24's Arda Zakarian, who has no new details for us. Arda.
That's right. Toronto Paramedic Services confirms to us now that 2 people are pronounced dead on the scene here.
Well, Ken, the double shooting happened here around 7 o'clock in the morning at this trendy new condo building near Queen and Dovercourt. As you mentioned, police have now released the names of the victims. The victims were both 26 years old and from Toronto. Their names are Abduel Abdullahi and Mohammed Abduel Diri. Police say they were shot to death on the...
Sunday, June 28th, 2015. Known Dixon Bloods, Mohammed Diri aka Cam and Abdueli Abdullahi aka Bevy, were executed after a 3-day-long party at a downtown Toronto condo. Cam was executed by the 2 gunmen in the kitchen. Then one of the gunmen immediately went into the bedroom and shot Bevy as he slept. 2 other men and 3...
How you sleep after 2 niggas get shot already in the other room? How you still sleep? That nigga a heavy sleeper. He sleep for real now.
Were at the apartment before the shootings. The men had apparently just left the apartment and were in the corridor outside at the time of the shootings, while the women were still in the apartment, but had gone out on the balcony to smoke. After the shooting, one of the men took Cam's chain off his neck and his $250,000 Rolex watch.
Damn.
They then left the scene. With no cooperating witnesses and a lack of evidence, investigators assumed this would lead to a cold case. However, in just 2 weeks, they had a major break. Toronto police would ask the public in identifying 2 men caught on CCTV celebrating the slayings. Just an hour later, the 2 men were Wassi and his childhood friend, Kamal Hassan. The footage appears to show Kamal reenacting the incident and Wassi wearing the chain Cam was robbed of. The original video was removed, but has since been re-uploaded and is sitting at almost 400,000 views. You heard that right. A re-uploaded video of Wassi and his homie celebrating a drill is sitting at almost 400,000 views. Crazy stuff. That same day, Toronto police would put out a Canada-wide warrant for Wassi while Kamal surrendered shortly after the announcement.
Them niggas is stupid.
2 weeks after the warrant was issued...
Why would you kill a nigga and wear they chain though, bro? Niggas don't be thinking, bro. You know y'all executed them. Y'all know they dead. Why y'all even... Bruh. Be smarter, y'all.
For Wassi, Toronto police managed to track him at Tryst nightclub in downtown Toronto. However, during that weekend the streets were especially busy since it was Carabana weekend. Constable Reed was conducting surveillance on Wassi during this time, and he spotted him along with several men wearing shirts with up top written on the chest. Up top is another term for Northside Jane and Finch. According to Constable Reed, he observed Wassi have an argument with the bouncer, then saw him walk to a Ford Focus with other individuals. He then passed a gun to the passenger of the vehicle and hopped into the driver's seat. Constables Riel, Lambie, and Dunn were on the Tavis team that night. Tavis is a kind of roving police team that is deployed to violent areas. They were in uniform and on bicycles this specific day. Just after 2 a.m., they were called to assist the Toronto Police Intelligence Unit with taking down Wassi. They waited in the alley behind Trist until the takedown was called. When they got the green light, the three officers ran from the alley towards the Ford Focus he was sitting in. Constable Riel saw two people in the front of the car. He pointed his gun at them and yelled words to the effect of police, hands up, don't move. He then saw a muzzle flash and heard bullets snapping. He realized that someone was shooting at him through the front window of the Ford Focus. He returned fire.
Oh no. Wassi stepped on the boys? Demon. He's a demon. He's a demon. Nah, son. Nah, that nigga told the police to back up. Freeze, motherfucker!
Shut fire!
7 at them bitches? 24 back. Ooh wee.
Telling you right now, this guy's under arrest for attempt murder. I need you to stand over there.
Okay, but I just had to make sure. I understand, officer. I understand, but I gotta make sure everybody's okay. I gotta make sure you're safe, he's safe, everybody's safe.
Confirms that 21-year-old is Wassi Skeen Peters.
Shortly after Wassi's death, community members rallied against the officers who shot at him, claiming negligence on their part. Many believe they jumped the gun by calling in a takedown on Wassi as it was in a public area, with heavy civilian presence which was further exacerbated due to it being Carabana weekend. The complaints were taken to the director of the Special Investigations Unit, who would clear the two officers and claimed they were acting in self-defense and were legally justified in shooting Wassi. Fast forward 4 years, Kamal, Wassi's childhood friend and co-defendant, would stand trial alone.
Please tell me this nigga ain't snitch like T.I. dub. And Terrorist Gangsta Williams.
For the double homicide. Kamal didn't hesitate to tell the judge everything. In fact, he was eager. He revealed that he was terrified of Wassi. Kamal was quoted saying, "I was scared. I didn't know what his next move was." Wassi was rocking back and forth after the murders, shouting excitedly, "I'm 2 up." "Do you know what he meant?" the prosecutor asked. "1 up means I killed a person. 2 up means I killed 2 people. That's what people usually say when they kill people. It's like a score. How did that make you feel?" the prosecutor replied. "This guy's crazy. I'm hoping I'm not the next guy he kills." Kamal also agreed prosecutors got it right when they said that elevator surveillance cameras recorded him reenacting the 2 murders about an hour after they happened. "Basically, I'm glorifying what he did," Kamal said, narrating the footage shown on several monitors. After spending a total of 2 years in pretrial custody, Kamal was eventually found not guilty and cleared of all charges.
Oh man, Kamal's a fucking bitch. Kamal's a real life bitch, y'all. Kamal, if you see this nigga, fuck you. He's a hoe, nigga. He better got stepped on. Yeah, he better got stepped on. What? Look at this rat ass nigga, man. Still outside trying to step. After the Kawhi won, y'all niggas a chip. Wow, bro. Wow. Outside the arena? Yeah, this nigga's a bitch, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Nobody ain't killed him yet. It's 2023. He's still out there? He probably nah, he ain't no demon. He a rat. Like, comment, subscribe, y'all. Man, click the links in the bio. Hit me on the gram. Shout out to Ronald, man. Yo, I ain't fucking with Kamal, y'all. I don't care what y'all say in the comments. If y'all fuck with him, I don't fuck with y'all. Squeeze.